Hey everybody, welcome to Technically Unraveled. I'm Kristen Fehrenbach, the Senior Director of Microsoft Go-to-Market here at Pax8. Thanks for joining again. So before we get started, please make sure that you are liking, sharing, subscribing. I want to make sure that you get all of the cool updates that we do. We have lots of content that's already lined out, I think all the way through June. We've got the game happening tomorrow. You don't want to miss Academy on Tuesdays, but let's hop right into some Microsoft updates. So first and foremost, you might have already attended our May monthly webinar. Thank you so much for those that were there. We had a ton of questions that came in that we were just wildly answering on the back end, but hope we got all of those. If you maybe have some lingering questions, you can always reach directly out to your account team. But want to make sure that you know where that recording is. So if you go to youtube.com/Pax8Cloud, all of those are available. So that way you can always go back and review those. That way you can see the deck again, any of that. So please make sure to go check that out at YouTube. Next, I want to talk about Azure Self-Service Model. Now, this went live May 1st. If you've got questions, please reach out to your account team. I know it's a little bit of a shift, but this includes Azure RIs and the savings plan. But if you have any of those, direct them right on over or talk to your ISC. They're more than happy to help you. Now, want to make sure we at least discuss this. It's not quite ready yet, but there was an announcement. I know we've had a lot of questions about Microsoft Multi-Geo. Now, it's been announced officially. It's highly anticipated. Absolutely hear you guys. So please expect more information to come soon. We're still working out exactly what everything means, but we're super excited that we finally got that announcement. Now, I want to make sure we talk about the Microsoft newsletter. So that will be coming out this next Monday. Now, if you've got program updates, pricing updates, all of that is going to be located there. I'll make sure we talk about it next week as well with all of the links, but just want to give you that heads up that it should be hitting your inboxes come Monday. Lastly, Microsoft Inspire. We are doing so much planning for it, so I'm really, really excited for this year. This is going to be my third Inspire with Pax8. I don't know if you guys were around then, but the first year we had the scooter gang. If you go back to some of those videos, you could see technically Joshua the Ginger riding around on a scooter. He was definitely there. It was a great time. Last year we had Memespire. So I don't know if you saw like the Charlie Day meme that we recreated with Inspire. Who knows what we're going to come up with this year, but make sure that you please are on the lookout because we're going to be sending out invites. There's going to be blogs. There's going to be recaps, all of that good stuff, but we will keep you updated. Now, I know we talked about our super professional Mat Batterbee riding in on his little forklift last time. Matt, thanks for joining us today. Matt, who is this?
This is actually Pax8's new CCO, Chief Cuteness Officer.
That's going to stick,
Walter.
Right?
Yeah,
Walter Batterbee, CCO, Chief Cuteness Officer. How old is he?
He is, I think, eight weeks. We've only had him one day, and he's already YouTube famous now.
YouTube famous, 1 day old. Matt, I know that you know dynamics like the back of your hand, but you can't put the puppy down for any reason. You've just got to, no, you just got to hold him the whole show.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. He is great. Okay. Thanks for bringing him on.
I'm sure he will make an appearance again before the end. He has a habit of just going under my chair already. He's very comfortable in my office now after 1 day.
Good. All right. I'm glad that you guys are bonding. So Walter, 1 day in the Batterbee household. Quite exciting. Okay. So Matt, I feel like I've been tracking you down. Let's see. We got you over in Denver. Then what's been going on? Where have you been? Tell us what you've been doing.
Yeah, so over in Denver for the QBP sales kickoff, that was amazing. My first sales kickoff with the North America team. Pleasure presenting in front of everyone. So huge thank you for everyone for inviting me, for having me, for buying me drinks, everything that everyone did for me. That was phenomenal. And then from there over to Directions North America in Orlando. that was great. I got to deliver 3 sessions. I think Pax8 were represented in around 7 to 8 sessions, from things to do with dynamics to personal branding to allyship to women in dynamics. So Pax8 very well
So much good
represented at that
content.
event. It was great. It was such a great showing. I've never been to that event with such a big team. So that was unique for me. So it was a great experience, and then from there to Toronto with Microsoft, we got to deliver a Microsoft session to around 15 to 20 partners on one day. And then the next day was full meetings with Microsoft. From there, I
Goodness.
flew home, managed to get home one day early and surprise my wife and little one. They did not know I was going to be home. So that
Oh, that's
was
exciting.
lovely. There was some tears when I was walking, when they saw me. So that was lovely. But then I was only home for about 2 days, and then I was in Bangkok for Directions Asia. Again, delivered a couple of sessions there, got to network with some amazing people. And again, if you'd have told me when I was, 15 years ago, I'd be presenting in Bangkok at some point in my life, I wouldn't have believed you. So amazing experience.
Goodness.
First time in Bangkok. My second time in that side of the world, I went to Hong Kong 13 years ago, something like that, to play
Okay.
hockey.
So probably not talking about
So, yeah.
dynamics at that point, right?
Didn't know it was a thing.
Goodness. Okay. So, Matt, before I get too far into this, you've been on the show a few times, but tell me just real quick what you do here at Pax8 and why are we talking about Copilot today?
So I am the Global Solutions Director, GTM Solutions Director for all things Microsoft Business Applications. So I've taken a huge interest in Copilot, seeing the functionality come out with Business Central, Sales, Customer Service, and the other applications as well. Phenomenal. And then just the nerd in me with AI, I couldn't resist looking into the Microsoft 365 stuff as well. The add-ons for Outlook, Teams, even Word, OneNote, PowerPoint, the way that Copilot is going to influence our working lives moving forward is phenomenal to see. So I've just taken a geeky interest in this, if I'm being honest.
That is awesome. So, I mean, I want to talk about specifically Dynamics 365 Copilot. I think we'll probably bleed into a couple of the others, but I mean, tell me what you're excited about.
Yeah, I think, first things first, the Business Central side of things with Copilot, I think the fact that when you look at Business Central, it's that one solution to run an entire SMB business. When you think about an SMB business, some of the things that they can't afford or struggle to afford, marketing teams, whether they're
Sure.
outsourcing their marketing or whether they're doing it internally. So with the functionality coming to Business Central with Copilot, essentially, if you want to upload a product to your website via Shopify, you can just take a picture of it. There's drag and drop functionality to get that into Business Central, into the product catalog. And then you click on Copilot and it writes out the product description for you. You can make little amendments here and there, whether you want it to be more of an upbeat type way that it's written to go with your branding on your website.
The tone, you can actually change the tone and how it's meant.
That's the word I'm looking for. See,
this is we're right there. We're right there.
When you've had a few coffees, we're right on board. Together, we've got a good brain. So
exactly.
That's it. You can change the tone of the way that it's written. You can have it as a tagline and then a description, all these different things. And then you can just upload it to the website and it can be ready within seconds, making it really streamlined to enable a business to, save some money on the marketing side of things that SMBs do struggle with. So seeing that functionality, and then, again, from my background previously,
sure,
before my Microsoft days, I was either a sales manager or a customer service manager in different roles, managing teams of hundreds. And seeing the functionality that's coming there, again, it's just going to simplify so many sales teams,
that's
so many customer
exciting.
service teams. Yeah, automatically writing responses to a customer service query, referencing where the AI tool has got that information from, bringing that into an email. If you think about the point of, again, onboarding in an SMB, the likelihood is you might not get the most experienced people, whether it's a customer service agent or a salesperson. So again, being able to sort of guide them on their way with AI tools and enable them to, automatically send responses, and they can make amendments here and there. But the fact that Copilot. And I actually really like the name Copilot because it's not the AI is taking over. We're not in
Sure.
Terminator Rise of the Machines. It's Copilot. They are co-piloting with people. There's still that human element. So I'm really excited about all that with Dynamics 365 and what Copilot's going to do. It's phenomenal.
It's
Everyone that I've
exciting.
shown the videos to, everyone that I've shown the videos to, they've kind of gone, that it's blowing people's minds by what it can do.
So my understanding of it, Matt, is for Copilot and all of these different things, right? So it's really here to simplify and make everything just a little bit easier, right? So we're talking about the dictation, we're talking about how are they writing things, how are they uploading. It's really here to just make you more efficient. So maybe instead of being a little overloaded or something being such a long drawn out process, how do we just make that into a couple easy steps? Is that really where we're getting at?
Yeah, 100%. And I'm seeing this time and time again with Microsoft releases and the release waves. Productivity is always a huge, huge part of that, and it could be streamlining processes with Power Automate or building apps in Power Apps. But yeah, what we're seeing with Dynamics 365 and Copilot in particular, it's exactly that. It's how do we enable if it's a seller, how do we enable them to spend more of their time selling? There's a statistic out there 70% of a seller's time is spent not selling. It's doing admin work. It's sending
70,
follow-up email.
like 70.
70% of a
Oh,
seller's time is not
okay.
selling. It's updating CRM. It's sending emails. It's connecting with people. It could be on Teams to try and find the right response. It's doing all that work, jumping from application to application, having to copy, paste notes, all these things. Where actually with the AI tools, with Copilot, again, even things like taking notes from a call, it's automated. Sending that follow-up email, it takes from the notes that's been automated to generate that email response. So it's really streamlining the time there, and it's making sure as well you don't
Okay.
miss anything. I've been on calls before now where something really interesting is said in the first 10 minutes, and then something really interesting is said in the last 10 minutes. But the
Yep.
bit in the middle kind of loses you a little bit. So
It's a
again,
little
making sure
fuzzy.
that you don't.
I've seen your
Yeah,
calendar. It is meeting after meeting after meeting. And sometimes you like get up and you run to the restroom and you run back. And sometimes you get that meeting fog, right?
and this is it as well. You think about that meeting after meeting after meeting, which is definitely a post-COVID era thing where we just have to be in
Mhm.
meeting after meeting after meeting. But the fact that you know people, again, if sometimes I'll openly say to people on a call, look, I'm going to send a follow-up email, you will hear off me, it will be in about 4 hours. So again, if I've not written out my notes properly, and
Sure.
sometimes that happens, I'm too busy actually interacting with someone on a call to be typing the whole time, and then 4 hours goes by, I'm bound to miss something. I find
Sure.
myself time and time again saying in an email, if I've missed anything, just remind me and I'll send it over. This is
Got
going
it.
to take that away. It's going to simplify so many processes. So, I'm
I
really
mean, it
excited
sounds
about
easy.
the
Like
functionality.
it sounds, you're making it too easy, maybe. So, Matt, like when I think about Copilot, is it for executives? Is it for the admins? Like, who is Copilot meant to be targeting?
I think it's for anyone. When you look at the way the functionality is coming out, you've got the supply chain management. There's Copilot functionality in there, marketing, Copilot functionality, sales, customer service, Business Central. Again, into that marketing functionality with Shopify. So really is touching all different areas of the business, and I think more and more is going to come of this. Even when you look at the Power Apps functionality, now being able to type into Copilot. Basically what app you want to build, and it builds it. Like, it doesn't, again, you've got it's a co-pilot, it's not taking over,
Yep.
but at least it
It's
gives you
not
a
just building
template
on
to
its
start
own.
from. Exactly, it's giving you a
Got
template to
it.
start from, and that's similar to the PowerPoint functionality in Copilot. And it's that,
Mhm.
I always go off on a tangent, so I apologize. But again, I'm a huge PowerPoint guy. I like building presentations. I saw the
Yep.
functionality there where if you're starting from scratch, and let's say you're going from a proposal that's been written out in
Sure.
Microsoft Word, and you need to turn that into a PowerPoint presentation, you can upload
Okay.
that, and it will essentially build you the PowerPoint presentation based on it could be based on notes from a call or even from a Word document, as I say, like a proposal that's been written out. You need to turn it into a PowerPoint. So the fact that
Wow.
it's helping people get up and running quicker. It's not taking over. It's not doing it all on its own. It's a
Sure.
co-pilot. But the fact that it gives people a starting block to do work faster, more efficiently, more productively,
It's
it's
easier to
it's
start with a
fascinating.
template. Claire, I feel like all of our back end notes over here, I feel like you're about to use them on our PowerPoint, aren't you? I'm getting a head nod back here. Yeah. Okay, good. So all of those are going to be, powered by, Copilot before you know it. I like it. So they come out with a lot of new cool releases. There's a lot of things that are happening. So tell me something new that was really exciting for you, because I know that there was benefits and all kinds of stuff that was happening.
Yes, I think one thing that was interesting with the release of Copilot and the announcement of that, what was really interesting when we were mentioned at the beginning, we were over in Orlando for Directions North America, and I actually talked about this in my session that I delivered, because what was shocking to me was when Microsoft started to, as part of the keynote, they started to talk about Copilot, and then they showed a video around Business Central and Shopify, and there was this huge gasp in the audience of people like fascinated by it, which was my reaction when I first saw it. The difference is I saw it a month before, because that's when it was released. That's when Microsoft released a blog. The videos went live on YouTube. So I was really surprised to be sat in a room with 1,300 people, all in the dynamic space. And judging by the sound of the gasp, I would say 80% of people in that room had
Sure.
never seen it before, which to me was just really surprising, which again elevates, to use a Pax8 term, that elevates the need to stay up to date and use the Microsoft tools that they throw at you with the
Sure.
partner portals and blogs and YouTube channels, those kind of things.
I
So
mean, it
yeah,
was such a
yeah,
gas. I like leaned over to you and I was like, is this new? Like I thought, like I have heard of this. And why is
I,
everybody
I
so
felt
I had to like verify, because I was like, I think this is not that new.
I know, and the fact that you knew it wasn't new, that says it all. But
That's what I'm saying.
but yeah, it was really, really surprising to me. And again, when I did my session, I said, "How many of you look at the Dynamics Partner Portal?" Again, so many of them don't. And again, I get
Sure.
it. You get lost in running your business. You get lost in what you do
White
day in and day out. Be
papers
it
and
your
blogs, and there's so much, right?
exactly. Exactly. And I get it, if you're a Dynamics partner and you've been in the space for so long, or even an Azure partner or a Modern Work partner, you're in your comfort zone, and you almost feel like, well, if something gets released that's going to change my world, I'm going to hear about it. But it
Sure.
proves that you won't necessarily hear about it because it was a month old and they hadn't heard about it. So it shows the
Totally get it.
importance of those tools.
So, kind of the elephant in the room. I don't know if we really should talk about it, but we're going to. So, Chat GPT, we're talking a lot about AI, Matt. I mean, I saw it. I know you saw it. There was a data breach, right? I mean, I've used Chat GPT.
Yeah.
I know that you have. I mean, in the chat, let us know if you've already used it, because I think that just how quickly everything is building with AI, there's so many people that are interested. So, Matt, I mean, what are your thoughts about the breach that's happened?
Yeah. I mean, it was shocking to see, and again, you hear about these breaches all the time, and it's again, this sometimes puts SMBs in a false sense of security because they think, well, we're too small to get we're hit, where actually you're just too small to get reported on. Chat GPT, it's blown up, it's grown so quickly, so if a data breach was going to happen, we were going to hear about it. But when you look into it and you delve into the detail, and I'm not in any way saying, well, it doesn't matter because of this. But when you look at the numbers around, well, less than 1% of users were hit, and they've already put in, ways to overcome these threats. They've tightened restrictions on AI use, all these things. You really delve into the detail. It's almost reassuring that
Okay.
they've already put these things in place, and how many of the users it actually hit, because again, it's growing so fast, millions and
Yep.
millions of people are using that tool. So if again
Sure.
that 1%, is less
And I
painful
mean,
than it could have been.
it's bad, right? But I mean, I'm
Yeah.
hoping
Oh,
that they've
100%.
now ring fenced it and it's not going to happen again. I'm hoping that, as we move forward, things are inevitable. And I mean, I think that these breaches, how are you just limiting your risk? I mean, I don't know how many times I can talk about business premium and MFA and all of these same things to try to limit that risk, but it's so important because only the big
Yeah.
ones get reported, right? Like
And
my
that's it. And it was
Kristen's
always
MSP, nobody cares.
exactly. I mean, it was always going to get reported. I'm just looking here now just to refresh my memory. But yeah, 100
Mhm.
million people, 100 million monthly users of ChatGPT in January, with
Wow.
around 13 million active daily users
13 million
in
active
that month.
daily.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
So, I
when
mean,
it's that
AI is
big, of
coming.
course it's going to get reported. Yeah.
So, okay,
Yeah.
AI is
Definitely.
definitely coming. It's happening. We've got Copilot. How is AI going to continue to influence technology space? Because I'm kind of getting the feeling like you want to go ahead and jump on this boat before you're left behind. Is that kind of where you're at too?
Yeah, 100%. I think for the last couple of years, when you look at what's the top, I always look at the beginning of a year, I'll look at what are the top trends that companies are
Sure.
looking at spending on, because that helps me plan my go to market strategy and how I can enable partners is, well, what are their customers wanting to spend money on? And for the last few years, AI has been up there. But I feel like now it's gone from being almost really additional.
Okay.
It's dynamics, and then if you add on these things, you get this great AI functionality. Now it's just built in. It's just there. It's
That
in
is
your face.
nice.
Same with it's in Microsoft Word, it's in PowerPoint, it's in Outlook, it's in Teams. So all this technology is just there, and I feel like now more than ever, it's probably top of the list in terms of what companies are going to invest in, and also I'm seeing it now, and just to compare, in Dynamics terms, you've got Sales Pro and you've got Sales Enterprise.
Okay.
And you'd think, okay, professional, that's SMB, enterprise is enterprise, but actually the average deal size of the two is exactly the same, which is around 7 seats. So it tells you that
Wow.
these SMBs are more and more interested in enterprise grade solutions because over time they see that it's going to save them money, and be
They
that
see the
based on
risk.
how. Exactly, exactly, and also from a security standpoint, it's making them safer, having those more better solutions for their business. So I feel like
More
AI is
better
definitely top of the
solutions.
list.
I like it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's late here, and it's not even my last call. So
I
whoever's on my
know.
next few calls, I apologize. I'm probably not going to
They're
make
going to be
any
more
sense.
better. I like it.
They're gonna, yeah, we'll get more better as the night goes on. Uh,
So, Matt, we talk about, the kind of the gasp in the room, right? And people not really staying up to date. How do people stay up to date effectively? Because it's everywhere. And I feel like, especially Microsoft, like it's the fire hose, right? So, how do people stay up to date? What's your suggestion?
So for me, you've got the partner portals. Is I feel like they just keep getting better and better. Whether it's the Dynamics one, the Power Platform one, the Azure one, or the Modern Work and Security one, they have specific partner portals for each one. And I believe, are we able to do a share screen? Are we able to show off and do a share screen right now? There we look at that.
Bam.
It's like we prepared. So if you hover over, and what we'll do, we won't click into certain things right now, but yeah, if you scroll down slightly, what you'll see, um, there you go. So straight from in here, I can click into the Power Platform Partner Portal, the Modern Work, the Azure. I've got the key sales plays for Dynamics 365 as well, just thrown straight at me. So if you scroll up slightly for me and click on Connected Sales and Marketing right there. Let me click in. Well,
All
what
right
I'll
on
just
now.
talk through
Yeah.
what you can see when you click into these. I'll talk through the Dynamics Partner Portal. It's absolutely fine. When you click into
Perfect.
sales plays, you have ways where you can build a practice. You have ways that you can drive readiness with the right training and pointing out the right tools, and also how you can go to market. So be that utilizing pitch decks. All these things are just absolutely just thrown in your face as a partner to help you go to market. So again, if you're a Dynamics partner and you're more focused around Business Central, and you want to go into Dynamics 365 sales, this is a great way for you to do that. You've got partner playbooks, you've got opportunity decks, so you can fully understand the opportunity that sits with you, whether that's information around the $82 billion SMB market opportunity, that kind of thing. You can see other partner success stories, what they've done to capitalize on the opportunity. And as I say, with the go-to-market, you've got email templates, social templates, you've got pitch decks, so much stuff to help you with going to market, and also further key resources and updates and stuff like that. As you go through the partner portal, and there's things if you want to keep up to date with programs, whether it's in Dynamics terms, you've got Catalyst. If you want to attain an advanced specialization, all this stuff, it's all in there. And then if you want to attain free training courses and get free certifications,
Yep.
all
We
in
always
there
want
as
free
well.
certifications, Matt.
Studies. Exactly. So you can literally see everything in there, even offers. So there's so many partners that would probably qualify for something like funding from Microsoft, be it pre-sales or post-sales activity, and they don't even know it exists. It's in the partner portal. So, and it's the same for Modern Work, Azure, and Power Platform.
Look at you talking about other clouds besides just Dynamics. Elliot Chandler in the chat over here, he's making a couple good points. First off, he thinks that you need a spinoff show, More Better with Matt. Could agree with that. But I think the one I really want to focus on is the people won't be replaced by AI, but people using AI will replace those who don't. And I think that is a great statement there. Look at him backing you up, just like the video. He's really there for you, Matt.
He is. And I mean, that's a great statement. It's so good. I'm going to Google where he found that statement from, because there's no way he wrote that.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so we know where to stay up to date. Now, are there any issues, like common issues that might come up if people don't stay up to date? Because you gave us a lot of good resources, but is there anything that might happen if people are just kind of underneath that rock?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be customers out there that are staying up to date on their solutions. If they're utilizing Dynamics and they know that the solution gets updated every 6 months, it's a little embarrassing if your customer comes to you and says, "Can you tell me about Copilot?" and they don't know about Copilot and their customer knows before them. So there's those kind of problems. And then just falling out of, funding and just being up to date. There's just so many different reasons. But yeah, partner portals are where partners need to go.
Perfect. Okay. So before I let you go, because I know we're going to come up on time, I don't know how this show just goes by faster and faster week after week, but you just got home. That's great. I know you're going to be out back in Denver for Inspire, but before that, you're going to be out for Beyond. So I'm excited to go to Beyond. I know you are too, but what are you really excited about? Because I know our partner list and registration's growing. So what are you looking forward to?
Definitely excited to talk Microsoft, but I'm excited so Vicky and I have been working on a presentation. I'm looking forward to really taking over with the Dynamics messaging at Beyond. We're going to go beyond with Dynamics. There you go.
Going beyond with Dynamics. Awesome. Matt, thanks for joining. Tell Walter thank you too.
He's hiding under my chair right now.
He's hiding. So. Okay. So, when he wakes up from his nap. Thanks, Matt. We will see you next time on our show. Appreciate you always jumping on. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another week of Technically Unraveled. Please make sure that you like, share, subscribe, do all those things, because next week we've got Kalichi on. He's going to talk about Microsoft Purview, lots of stuff. I don't have an embarrassing video of him. I'm going to work on that. Maybe we can get that by next week, but we will see you next time at 2 p.m. Bye, everybody.